All right, Madden 2026. Let's do it.
This franchise.
To be a sports fan is to have hope. You have to
Give me
believe.
that.
Yeah, sure, maybe the wheels fell off last year and your team was a first-round playoff exit. Maybe that rookie
My
they
team ain't
drafted
make the
turned out
playoffs,
to be a
so I don't even
bust.
care.
Maybe the coaching staff has no idea what they're doing, but you have to believe that things might be different next year. Being a
Hey,
fan
we
of
out.
annual sports games recreates that strange sense of hope. Maybe next year that thing you hated finally gets fixed or that long-needed feature gets added. I've lamented the constant feeling of maybe next year in my past Madden reviews, and I've wondered if incremental improvements are the only thing possible in a series like this. But man, did EA Tiburon prove me wrong with Madden NFL 26.
Oh, really?
There may still be room for
Really?
improvement, but this is easily the best Madden in a long, long time.
Okay, let's see what IGN talking about. I know the comments is probably gonna disagree. Finally, our year.
The biggest change this year is how much faster this entry is in the field. This isn't college football speed, but it's a nice balance between the zippy arcade feel of that and the slower Maddens of yesteryear. And after dumping a lot of time into both games, I think I ultimately enjoyed this Madden's speed tuning more.
There go Puka.
A lot of the major
Puka one of the
quality
ones.
stuff from College Football 26 is also here, and it works just as well. Dynamic substitutions on the field that take place on the following play? Check.
They
Custom
should have been
zones
had
for your
that.
defense you can set on the field? Yes, sir. Wear and tear? Yep. Stunts and twists? Yeah, buddy. Block steering? Uh-huh. Defenders needing to be able to see the ball to pick it off. You better believe it, Haas. I was a fan
I
of this
like
stuff
that.
in college
My
football.
thing is all of these features, like they get it right. They get some things right, and then they take it out on the next game. If you want people to keep buying the game, why not keep what works every year? And then you can add a little gimmicky bullshit on top of it if that's what you want to do. I don't get that. Y'all really don't want to make money. I guess they don't care because they know that people are going to buy it anyway regardless. Like there's a million content creators that's going to buy it every year. And that's not even including the ones that they sponsor because those people are trying to get sponsors. The people that shitting on it are going to also buy it because so they can shit on it. So they're just going to keep making millions on top of millions. So until we don't buy it, until we stop buying it, they're going to keep doing this. They're going to keep doing this.
Football, and it all works well here too. All that, plus the abilities to throw back shoulder passes and pylon passes if you've opted into revamped passing, which grew on me so much over the course of Madden 25's life that it is now my preferred way to play, is a godsend. There's also new severe snow and rain. When you're in a snowstorm, you can't see that far down the field. Your players are
Shouldn't
slipping
be
when
able
they're
to.
coming off the line, and an increased chance of fumbling makes even running the ball a risk. I especially love the little details, like the snow getting covered with footprints as the game goes on. There are general presentation upgrades too. Better broadcast packages, new runouts, and the addition of team-specific traditions like Randy Moss blowing the Gouger horn before Vikings games. What else I love to see? The revamped skills trainer, which is something I've been asking for years. Madden's old skills trainer wasn't bad, but it was a little long in the tooth, and there was a lot of stuff it didn't cover.
We out.
Now it will teach you in detail how to do everything, as
Yeah,
well as how
nobody
player
open.
ratings interact on the field to determine an outcome. The skills trainer will even mark drills as beginner or new to Madden, so you can find the stuff you need more easily. It's a huge improvement, and something the team at EA Tiburon should be very proud of.
I like the block steering. That's dope.
Let's talk about the main course. Franchise. I've said this in previous reviews, but I'm a franchise guy. To me, that's what Madden is. Madden 26 is, no joke, no exaggeration, no bull, the best franchise has been since I started playing back in Madden 17. Before I really get into why I love it so much, let me quickly talk about the changes I don't like. First and foremost, Training Camp. EA Tiburon has doubled down on minigames this year and reworked Training Camp to compensate, and I hate it. There are fewer mini-games and thus fewer opportunities to train more of your roster. There's also only one mini-game for DBs now and only one for receivers. The latter is at least understandable, but when you're going to run a ton of nickel, and you are, having one slot for 5 DBs ain't great. To compensate, a few of the minigames now give 2 skill points instead of 1, but that brings me to the second larger problem, the misery of playing the minigames. I did not think I could hate a passing minigame more than Madden 25's target passing, but I've never played Bucket Drop, which is both awkward to control and somehow worse than last year. It uses Madden's placement and accuracy style regardless of your personal preference, and once you lock in where you want to throw the ball, you have to hold your analog stick in place, which is both uncomfortable and not how it previously worked.
Damn near impossible.
Misery, but that pales in
Not to mention
comparison to DB Battle. I used to love this minigame, but EA made it harder last year and doubled down again this year, making it even harder and reducing your point total on interceptions. Since it is the only DB minigame in training camp now, doing it is basically essential, and also something I dread at the beginning of every new season. I want to be clear, not all of the minigames are bad, but the ones that are, woof. You know what's awesome about franchise mode this year? Basically everything else. Madden may try to convince you that it is parkour, but this is a lie. It's menus all the way down, and franchise is the ultimate menu. Complimentary.
Okay.
Coach creation is totally revamped, and you've now got a choice between one of 3 archetypes built around player development, offense, or defense. The skill trees of
We
old,
going Andy Reid.
gone.
Andy
Now you
Reid,
spend
one of the
skill
greatest
points
coaches of
to
all
unlock
time.
and upgrade abilities that you equip on game day for bonuses, like improved cover 3 defense or a better short passing game. Some, generally player abilities, last a few weeks. Others, like the ones that allow you to hire better scouts, last all season. It's more interesting than this position gets +2 speed, the most important stat in the game, which was how a lot of the skill trees looked last time. Each week, you equip new skills based on how you'd like to game plan for your opponent, choosing from skills provided by your head coach and coordinators. As you level up and complete both in-game and season goals, you'll get coach points to upgrade those abilities, opening up new effects. In addition, you can level them up by completing in-game objectives, but if you play poorly, you can also de-level them, and even lose them completely until you repurchase them. It's a nice element of risk and reward, and the weekly scouting report does a much better job of looking at the other team and breaking down key matchups to help you choose the right abilities for the job. But abilities aren't the only new addition. You've also got play sheets, smaller, focused playbooks that add formations like 4-2-5, or concepts like the air raid offense to your existing playbook that can unlock and level up and de-level, which is also awesome. Now it's easier to get to what you want without using a custom playbook, and as far as I can tell, some of these formations are only available through play sheets, and keeping a base
Hold on,
playbook
and the
gets
only
you
way
out.
you get them franchise points is if you buy them, though, right? I don't know. I think y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think them franchise points, only way you get them is if you buy them.
Just the new coach's suggestions, which use machine learning to explain the play being suggested in something resembling that coach's voice. I'm iffy on the machine learning bit and some of the suggestions, which can have a low success rate by the suggestion's own admission, but I like that they explain how the play is supposed to work, which is a good
That
way
play
to
always
understand
works.
new plays.
If you got a good quarterback and at least a decent tight end and a
addition
good
of
receiver on the
wear and tear was something
outside,
I was wary
that
of,
play
but I
always
think
works.
It's been implemented well. Football is a violent sport, and taking a lot of hits on game day not only makes your players more likely to be injured, but it also reduces their stats. Previously, you could feed a top receiver or feature back every down. Now, that's a really good way to get them hurt, or at the very least, have them playing banged up when the fourth quarter rolls around. To manage it, Madden 26 adds a personal trainer to your coaching staff, with abilities that increase player recovery, reduce wear and tear over games, increase recovery week to week, reduce the odds of practice injuries, and so on. I like this system, as well as the variable injury recovery time it introduces. Previously, you always knew when a guy was coming back from injury. In Madden 26, it's a range.
That is
How you
a
use your
great
trainer's
name.
abilities can reduce or extend that time. I love how many
Not
more
saying that 'cause
choices
part
you
of
can
that is
make
my
in this
name.
year's franchise, and how much you can infuse your style into your play. With wear and tear also comes some very welcome changes to player development. You can now choose practice intensity for each player, not just for starters and backups at each position, which is fantastic. I'm decent at Madden on the field, but what makes me good in a franchise league is that I'm great at drafting and player development. For someone like me, this extra control is a huge deal, and it feels like developing backups is more viable than it has been in the past. There's also some nice QOL changes here, like being able to see player fatigue as a number and not just a meter on the health section of their player card. Yes, finally! I don't know if this is stuff most players will notice, but if you're a sicko like me, it really does make a big difference. Other major improvements in franchise come in the form of presentation. The biggest and coolest are the weekly recaps and the halftime shows presented by Scott Hansen. These pull highlights from your games and the games of user and CPU-controlled team across your franchise, and Hansen provides commentary on them in real time. It's absurdly impressive.
It's the man who had over 1,900 yards last season, Derrick Henry.
But there's smaller stuff too. Now you can game plan with coordinators before going to your team, who behave much more realistically, and you may have press conferences with a player after a particularly good or bad game. I like that you have to manage your relationships with your GM, fans, coordinators, media, and players. Blow off your coordinator's suggestion for how to game plan for an opponent, and he won't be happy about it. But if you're right and notch a big win, you'll rise in their esteem. If a player wins an award and you praise the coordinator for helping accomplish that, they'll remember it. These conversations are more natural and they add a lot.
So they're really focusing on friends. I might have to fuck with the franchise mode. I'm gonna have to fuck with that. I usually just do superstar mode and my team.
Not quite as much.
Because you can build up your my team without
character Joe
spending
Throw
money.
makes his debut as the backup for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's fine, I guess.
Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. That one connects.
The big thing this iteration is managing your relationships with your coaches, fellow players, and other guys in your sphere of influence, like a sports psychologist or tattoo artist. This is cool in theory and less so in practice. Like Franchise, there are nicely produced cutscenes here that establish the characters, but it often plays out off the field by having you make a binary choice that isn't really
Well, I look like
choice.
Stat. Don't I look like Stat?
Sorry, Jackson Steele, I'm not going to blow off binary
Cameron
choice. That
Neese
isn't
don't look like Stat.
really a choice. Like, sorry, Jackson Steele, I'm not going to blow off a meeting with my head coach to get a tattoo. You're going to have to hold that one, buddy. Otherwise, you play minigames to train, level up your character, and then play games. It's fine, but it didn't hook me for the long haul.
To the air now on 1st and 10.
Oh, right up the seam. Right up the seam. I love plays like that.
It has many of the quality of life changes from College Football 26 this year, like Pack Helper, which will immediately tell you if a player is better than someone in your current lineup and let you equip them on the spot, or put that card up for auction, without entering another menu. But otherwise, MUT is the same as it's always been. It's fine as a solo experience, but its goal is to get you to spend money, especially if you enter
But
the
you don't have to.
online arena. It is what it is, and what it is hilariously, stupidly popular predatory gambling. It's going
You could get to 90. You could get a 99 team, like playing, you know, offline, and then because you don't really want to play online for real until you get 99, because everybody else is buying all of the top cards. But you can work your team up to 99 without it taking too much time.
to make EA an absurd amount of money, but I don't have to like it.
Unlike 2K, where it's like you'll take forever and they slow your player down.
Sounded too good to be true, but EA pulled it off. This is simply a straight-up better game than Madden 25, both on the field and off of it. There's still room for improvement.
Oh, you should have bounced that to the
There always
outside.
is, but it's hard to overstate what a leap this feels like in terms of presentation, the in-game action, and franchise as a mode. There's still more to do for Superstar and
Joe
MUT
Throw.
is MUT, but this is a big step forward for Madden overall. As for the other stuff, well, there's always
8.
next year, right?
Okay.
Turns out, sometimes you just gotta believe. For more, check out our reviews of College Football 26 and Mafia: The Old Country. And for everything else in gaming, keep it here at IGN.
You know we have to go look at the comments, right? Okay, first 1.5k likes, 2.5k dislikes. Franchise is the best I've played since I started playing Madden 2017. That made me turn to dust. Anyone reviewing Madden should be required to play Madden 05 and NFL 2K5 before doing any reviews. Hell yeah, best. Yeah, I got 2K4 and 2K5, and I got Madden 05 and Madden 07. Madden 04, Madden 07. Those are two of the best Madden games. Even 2K did fantastic hockey games. EA brought the competition and got lazy. And then I watched this guy Soft Drink TV, and he really gets in depth with his reviews, more so than IGN. And he thinks Madden 26 is bad. So I don't know. Again, I ain't buying it until they come out free on Game Pass, like how they normally do towards like the end of the season or sometime during the off season. I'm gonna just wait. But yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Let me do my little 1-2, my little clip farm. Hold on. So Madden 2026, it looks like there's been a huge emphasis on the fly audibles and adjustment, defensive and offensive adjustments, and on the franchise mode, which has been revamped, and they've added a nice little quality of life features to the My Team with the pack boosters, like how they have in college football, the college football game. watching this, I don't know. I was still kind of a little bit skeptical. I don't know. Y'all could tell me how y'all feel about it. These days I usually wait till there's like a super sale or they offer the seasonal games for free on Game Pass or PS Plus, because I don't know. I just don't like spending my money and then feeling like I didn't get my money's worth for the game. And I play all the modes, whether it's 2K or Madden or college football. I feel like college football 25 was peak. And Madden 25 was but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, right? So y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.